A free ebook at his booth, that's booth 17, on making your organization better. He has spoken at more than 500 conferences and schools and is also known as the levitating flying man. Please welcome right now, like you mean it, Bryant Smith.
When I speak from my heart, I have to be careful. But don't worry, I'm not fearful. It's just that some hear my words and think, oh, this brother is weak. All the time, I know the truth. My words are just too deep. I'm a poet. I give words life as easily as judges give it to brothers. Push them out of my head with the pride and pain of a delivering mother. With a pen in my hand, my words take flight, launching freedom every stroke that I write. I'm a poet. My words tell stories, inspire dreams. From the deeply political to the way straight up obscene. You don't just feel my words, you see what I want you to. I'm a poet. Roses are red and violets are blue, blue like the Caribbean Sea on a calm day. Day and night become one when we are together, together like a left shoe and a right. Right by my side is where I need my love. Love yourself, your community, and your people. People have died so that you can be. Beware of the pitfalls of greed and jealousy. Jealousy has killed more people than war ever had. Has everyone lost their common sense? Since I got your attention, did I forget to mention? I'm a poet. How y'all doing now? When I say who can, you say Smith can. Who can?
Smith can.
Who can?
Smith can.
When I say who can, you say Smith can. Who can?
Smith can.
Who can?
Smith can.
When I say who can, you say Smith can. Who can? A round of applause. My name is Bryant K. Smith. I am the human potential specialist. I come to help make good people great and great people become memorable. And when I show up on your campus, whether it's for a diversity theme month, for an orientation or a leadership session or a student success seminar, my job is to help you dig down deep, tap into that unlimited potential, pull it out, and explode. So I'm going to do that for you today. Are you ready for me to help you out?
Yeah.
All right, well, that's good. Now, see, some of you are familiar with speakers, and you're used to having a speaker come and talk at you. I want to come and talk with you. So is it okay if we have a conversation?
You want to record this?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm going to ask you a few simple questions, and you help me out with some simple answers. Is that good?
Yeah.
All right, question number one. How many of you have ever had a math class in elementary school? Just clap. All right, now how many of you ever had a math class in high school? Clap. All right, and to get out of college or the university that you're attending, how many of you know that you either have had or are going to have to take a math class? Clap. All right, that's really good. Now I got one kind of tough question. If I were to say we're going to have a math test, how many of you would be excited? Stand up and clap. All right, these are your math majors. Give them a round of applause. They're future accountants. They're going to make lots of money. We're going to marry them and be rich. All right, now, I feel like I know you a little bit better now. Can I ask you a few more questions? Yeah. All right, cool. Now, this next question is kind of tricky, but pay attention. How many of you had a diversity class in elementary school? Now, when I say class, I'm not talking about you went to a program. I mean, the teacher is qualified. They have a diversity degree. They came, they gave you a book. You had homework that lasted for a semester, maybe even a year. Elementary school, clap. Okay, same question. How many of you had a diversity class in high school? Same criteria, clap. All right, we got a little bit more. Now, and if you are at a college or a university and you know that in order for you to graduate, your program that you are in is going to require, not that you volunteer, but it requires you to have a diversity class, clap. Got a little bit more. Now let me ask you something. You see how I might be a little concerned? You had math in elementary school, you had math in high school, you had math in college, but you're not ready for a math test. You didn't have diversity in elementary, you didn't have diversity in high school, and some of you not getting it in college, but you take a diversity test every single day. When you walk outside of your room and go onto your campus and you represent people who don't look like you, think like you, talk like you, dress like you, practice religion the way that you do, come from a place that is big or as small as the place that you came from, you are taking a diversity test. Now, the good news is there is a solution that's from him. Brian K. Smith, the Human Potential Specialist, is there for you, baby, and I will show up and show out on your campus when you bring me anytime you would like. Now, I know you're sitting there, you're going, okay, Brian, that was pretty cool, that's a little bit of diversity, but you need to give us something that we can use when we go back. Tell you what, I'm going to give you something you can use when you go back and while you're here. I'm going to teach you something called the rule of 10, the rule of 12. Are you ready for the rule of 10, the rule of 12? Yeah. All right, it's a communication rule. My discipline is in communication. I care about messages that are sent and messages I receive. The rule of 10 and 12 goes like this. The very first time you meet a person, you're going to evaluate them on 3 things. Thing number 1, the top 10 to 12 inches of their being. Thing number 2, the first 10 to 12 steps they take towards you. And thing number 3, the first 10 to 12 words that they say out of their mouth. Sorry. Notice I didn't say the first 10 to 12 words that they say to you. See, I was on the elevator last night and I walked around the hotel and some of y'all might be a little worried because you saw me and didn't pay much attention and I heard the first 10 things that came out of your mouth. But that's another workshop. Now, if you are thinking, this rule might not work, Brian, it does work. This is what I want you to do. This is a true test. When you are here this weekend and you see that other person that you're looking to know a little bit better, before you go over and introduce yourself, I want you to go outside, grab a handful of this Florida dirt and smear it all over your face. What? Top 10 to 12 inches. Then you walk back in and don't walk up to them like you have common sense and just, stroll over and get ready with your cool Mac Daddy vibe on. I want you to do this. Now, once you do that, I don't want you to say, hey, how you doing? My name is Brian. I'd like to meet you, and I met you. I saw you walking around the Africa, and I want to talk to you a little bit better. I want you to say the following. Me and you tonight, yeah! Now, if that works for you, then you come back booth 17 and tell me my rule is something. If it doesn't work, practice the rule. I'm not teaching it to you so that you can discriminate against people. I'm teaching it to you so that you can overcome it. I want you to learn this rule so that you can avoid making generalizations quickly. Now, cool. All right, Brian, you did okay. You gave us a little rule. You're the first speaker. It's still early. Tell you what, let me teach you some leadership. When I deal with leadership, I want to make sure you have what we call an operational definition of leadership. And my operational definition of leadership is real simple. Leadership is the ability to organize resources into directed action. The ability to organize resources into directed action. When you can do that, you are a leader. Now, can I get you all to stand up, please? If it's possible. Okay, could you sit down? Where do you go? Thank you. Would you please stand up?
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Thank you very much. Would you please sit down? Okay.
I can't get him in the shot.
Get up out them chairs! Get up right now! Get up!
Who?
Sit down!
Okay.
Wait, what?
Now I just taught y'all the very important principle of leadership. One of the things that we deal with as leaders is sometimes it's just some simple instructions we give our people. We try to say something simple, it don't matter how we say it. We start out being nice. Sometimes we say it non-verbally. And people follow some direction. But what happens is, some of us decide to jump ahead of the game and we go, oh, I don't need this. I can do it better. Or, they're ever popular, you ain't gonna punk me and keep making me stand up and sit down. Our inability or unwillingness to follow simple directions are what makes some of our organizations less than memorable. It makes the experience less than great for some people. And so one of the things that I challenge you as a leader is to learn to give better instructions and to also learn to motivate your membership. But also as members and students, success has already been laid. The foundation is laid. All we have to do is follow a few simple instructions and we will have the best experience. Now, I've got 1 minute left, and I normally don't do this unless there's a room with 1,000 people or more, but how many of you have heard of David Blaine? David Blaine? A few people? Okay. David Blaine levitates. Brian Smith is going to levitate. That's why I came back on stage. I want to make sure you see. I'm going to rise about this high, probably for about 10, 12 seconds. Haven't done it in a while, but it's going to be because of your unlimited potential. So send me your positive energy right now. Send me your positive energy. Just kind of be quiet. All right, here we go. Okay? Okay, wait, there's some hate coming from this section. Some Like he can't do it. Look, positive. Here we go. Y'all know I can't fly. I want to tell you what's wrong with y'all. But here's what I want you to know. You know me for 9 minutes, and in 9 minutes, even the haters in the room, I was able to convince you that it's possible. That there's a potential of me doing it. You've known yourselves your entire lives. Imagine what kind of campus we could have, what kind of world we could have if you took that same faith that you put in me after knowing me for 9 minutes and put it in yourselves and you know your whole life. I want you to keep thinking about that as you enjoy the rest of the conference. After baby, who can? Who can? There you go. Thank you.
Yo, clap it up one more time, give it up for Brian Smith. Not gonna lie, I was like, this brother really got to fly? I don't know no flying brothers, I don't know that. Hancock, that's the only one I knew that could fly. You ever seen the movie Hancock? But he was a drunk, so I felt some kind of way watching that. I'm like, that was our first black superhero, an alcoholic. I'm just kidding.
He wrong for that. He wrong for that.
After he was just like, right behind you. You were right. I wish I could fly right now. Anyway, y'all ready for an incredible speaker? Please say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm only gonna read this because I don't want to leave out anything because I could be up here talking as long as it takes to showcase and introduce his next person. Great guy, great friend, even calls him a mentor. If you don't know who David Coleman, the dating doctor, is, you missing out on life. I'm gonna just tell you that right now, but here goes right now. David Coleman, he's America's dating doctor. He's been honored as National Speaker of the Year 14 times and is the only speaker ever to win National Entertainment of the Year award. He has over 3,500 appearances worldwide, speaking to more than 3 million people. He's been featured in Glamour, People, and Cosmo magazines, as well as having appeared on CNN, Fox, and Access Hollywood. He is also privileged to entertain our troops worldwide. Give an incredible round of applause. Get ready for a fun, entertaining, and meaningful time with America's dating doctor, David Coleman.
Before he leaves the stage, it's rare to have one of your best friends in the world introduce you, and he won't get the applause he deserves because he's MC. Just stand a huge round of applause. If you look at the screen real quickly, you're going to see a picture of my cousin Mark. I lost my cousin Mark in January to a long battle with cancer. I'm dedicating my showcase today, and there was a reason why. He was a phenomenal father. He's still was a phenomenal husband. The things I talk about in relationships, he lived every day. If we all live our lives like he did, we're going to meet what I talk about during my program. So today's showcase is dedicated to Mark. Let me start. Bottom line of my program is this. You will not find the right person until you become the right person. And I've been clearly watching. I got here early this morning for my sound check, and I've been watching you all walk around. And I've been seeing people. I've been seeing people look at other people and going, wow. More than wow. But at the same time, you know what I've seen some of you do? I've seen some of you look down and say, I'm not handsome enough, I'm not pretty enough. There'll be a reason they won't want me. That's called a negative self-fulfilling prophecy. Everyone look up for a moment. If you face only one obstacle in your life, but you doubt yourself, you've outnumbered yourself, that has to stop, and it has to stop today. It stops at this conference, it stops in this room. Turn to each other right now, look at each other and go, it stops, and it stops today. In fact, here's what's going to happen. I can already tell I have doubt in an audience. It takes about a minute. Tonight, later tonight, after Eric finally lets us go to bed, which he never does, we're finally going to pass out later tonight. Tomorrow morning, you're going to wake up. Some of you will shower, some of you won't. Some of you will brush your hair, some of you won't. Some of you will brush your teeth, some of you won't. Then I want every single one of you. You think I'm kidding right now? I'm not kidding. I want every single one of you to look in the mirror, look back at yourselves and say, I would so date me. Let me hear it. 3, 2, 1.
I would so date me.
Now, instead of regurgitating it, say it like you mean it. Go.
I would so date me.
Stop. Focus. That has to be your new mantra. Do you know why? Because if you're not your own greatest walking ambassador, if you would not choose to date you, now some of you are going, dude, I've been dating myself for a while. I understand that. But if you wouldn't choose to date yourself, how can you expect anyone else to want to date you? Let's talk about pickup lines. Now that could be 2 men, 2 women. I don't care who's in the picture. I just like that picture because of the look on her face. And could he look more smug? I don't think so. Now, why am I talking about pickup lines? Because they still exist. Because some people have no tact, diplomacy, or game than to walk up to someone and go, Red Rover, come here and bend over. And they think that's going to work. It's not going to work. Why? Because of something that I call the theory of attraction. On the count of 3, the word 1, 2, 3. Folks, don't lie to me. You've been walking across campus, stopped dead in your tracks. You looked over and you went, You were sitting in class. Who sat 2 rows away? You were doing your laundry at midnight. Who walked in? What is a is someone who stops you dead in your tracks. They don't even know that you're checking them out. The quiet to yourself or out loud, you're thinking, that one could be for me. Don't lie to me. How many of you in this room have ever seen a Hands. Hands down. How many of you have actually had the guts to say hello to a Hands. Hands down. How many of you pulled this move? Here's your let me hear it. You stood back here and did nothing. Watched somebody else walk up to your talk to your bonded with your walked away with your leaving you going How many of you have done that? Turn to each other and go, that stops too. Do it, please. How's it going to stop? I'm going to teach every one of you how to be the fat penguin. Why? Because fat penguins break the ice. Someone's got to let the other person know that there is an interest there. Folks, you have 2 choices. You can watch someone else date the person you want to date, or you can break that ice and at least say hello, and I'm going to teach you how, and I'm going to do it soon. A couple of the worst pickup lines I've ever actually heard in public. Hey, baby, they call me the love pirate, so give me all your booty. Another one, if you were measured in milk, you'd be a cow. Would you all look at me? Never compare another human being to a large farm animal. Can I hear a yes, David? Yes, David. Mutual consent. Creating a campus culture of consent, creating a military base of consent. What's this mean? It means if we're going to get involved in adult relationships up to and equal to intercourse, we're going to have adult conversations. Can I kiss you? Can I touch you? Can I more than kiss you? Can I more than touch you? And the answer you get back is what you live by. And even if it's a yes, it can turn to be a no. You have to accept that. You can never assume you have someone's consent. And if you are under the influence of drugs or alcohol to the point where you are incapacitated, you can't ask for it. If they are under those same influences, they cannot give it in return. I'm going to give you some props. You are program boards from all over this country. What you are doing on your campus by promoting wonderful, purposeful programming is you are giving people a chance to go on dates that matter and don't have to lead them into horrible situations like that. It's one of the reasons I love visiting campuses, because I think that we do something beautiful together. Don't think that you're not helping have mutual consent be much more of a concern on your campus, because you are. You're doing a great job. Some of you in this room are single. How many of you are single? Some of you are single because you don't know what to look for in another human being. Sit up straight, shake out your arms. I'm going to help you. This is called the 5-minute find. It is called the ABCs of initial interest. Can I hear a David, what do we look for when we meet someone? Well, the first thing you look for is attraction. Can we please be honest with each other? We don't walk up and go, nice personality, because we don't know it yet. So, yes, we're going to see if are we attracted. Now, they don't have to be drop-dead gorgeous or handsome, but we shouldn't be repulsed. We shouldn't want to take off. That's a bad sign. The B stands for believability. In the first couple minutes you spend with them, do their words seem sincere, true, and genuine, or does it feel like they're lying, fabricating, or trying to top every single thing you say? The C stands for chemistry. Chemistry is every type of attraction for another person except physical. Could they put a smile on your face? Did they make you laugh? Was eye contact easy to maintain? Did you kind of wish that time would slow down because you were enjoying them? It's chemistry. It's fabulous. The D stands for desire. It's not the desire to marry them. It's not the desire to mount them. It's a desire to get to know them better. To learn enough to go, I'd love to spend more time. And the E, how's your energy? 2 things you need to know about me. I'm hard to get out of your head, and we're now friends. You can walk up and go, hey, I heard you speak. Good, let's talk. The other part, it's hard to get me out of your head. Let's say at this conference, you meet someone. And I don't mean you're chit-chatting, you're meeting someone. I'm going to be sitting on your shoulder, light or invisible. I'm going to ask you 5 quick questions. So, do you find them attractive? Yes. Do you believe them so far? Is there chemistry? I think so. Is there desire? Yes. Is your energy? A lot better. Folks, if it is, have a nice, meaningful talk with them. And if you want to share some type of way to stay in touch, why? Do I expect you to fall in love with this conference? No. Do I expect you to make some commitments to this conference? No. You're going to make some friends? Yes. You are. It's the beauty of the APCA, baby. It's part of it. Now, some of you in the room are single because you don't know when you're being hit on. Let me know who it is. How many of you are clueless? I'm going to help you. Sit up straight, shake out your arms, taking a nice deep breath. By the way, I don't care if you're straight, gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, experimenting, I don't care what you are. It doesn't matter. These are going to help. Here's 5 quick ways to know if you're being hit on. Number 1, they will maintain eye contact with you. Men who like women, women who like women. Something you need to know about women. Women do not maintain eye contact with creepers or people who repulse them. Why? Ladies, because you don't want to accidentally give the wrong person a sliver of what? Hope that they have a what? Number 2, they will avoid using weak player tactics on you. They're not going to walk up to you and go, I want you more than I want world peace. They're not going to do that. Why? Because when we fall for someone, we turn to mush brain. What's mush brain? We walk up and try to talk to them and it comes out. It won't come out. We go temporarily blind and deaf. We lose our equilibrium. We're careful where we're touching ourselves. What else? We will not make a ton of extended eye contact into their eyes. So what do? If you want to meet someone at this conference, how can you do it? It's called the 3 eye contact method. Here's how it works. You make eye contact with them. You look away. You look back. You reestablish that eye contact. You hold that eye contact for about the full count of 1,000. Unless you're an idiot, do not look at them and go, 1,000. Third time, you look back at them and you hold that eye contact till they look away. When they look away, you change your position. I go way over there. Why? Because they're going to look back at where you were and they're going to go, they're not there anymore. They can't stop there. They got to what? Find you. So they'll start to scan. So you lock eyes, then you go look at them and go, gotcha. Number 5, they will break the touch barrier. This is you, this is them, this is you. They're not gonna, it's not, no. It's gonna look something like this. Shut up, I'm not that, no, yes. Last thing I have time to cover with you today is this. Number 1 complaint to my website is, why am I such a horrible lover? Why am I dating horrible lovers? People sit up straight, shake out your arms, shake them out, taking a deep breath. I don't care what your preference is, I don't care what your sex is, I'm gonna make you a better lover in a minute and a half. Are you ready? Number 1, fingertips. Folks, fingertips are sensual. I've had more than 400 or 500 men and women say they love it when their partner takes each one of their fingertips slowly. One of the 2 things is going to happen. You're either going to have to pull them out of the ceiling tiles because it worked, or they'll say, Lassie, go home. Number 2, palms and wrists. Our palms and wrists are incredibly sensual, but you're not a St. Bernard on a mountainside. Little nibbles, 1 lip at a time. Put away your French kissing droblet of a tongue. Kiss 1 lip at a time. Kiss the corners of their mouth. Kiss their cheeks. Kiss their eyelids when they're closed. Couple more. Toes. Yes, I said toes. More than 150 people said, kiss my toes, lick my toes, suck on my toes. I know some of you are going, ooh, no. There's at least 1 person sitting here right now going, oh, do it now. Last one is simply this, small in the back. Do you want your next kiss to be the best kiss of your life? Yes or no? Say it. You leave your dominant hand out. I'm right-handed. Leave it out. Take your non-dominant hand, put it away. As that kiss begins, you take your dominant hand, you put it gently and firmly on the small of their back. As you begin to kiss them, you bring them slowly towards you and up, towards you and up. And if you look around your table right now, you will see that most of your delegation has stopped breathing. That's my time with you. Please stop by the metropolis, call me Keith on the baby doctor, pull my head.
Give it up right now for David Coleman. What did I tell you? You all had to study that much in statistics class. That's why you're like, wait a minute. Okay.
Cause me to sweat.
I saw
You
one
are
too,
sweating,
but
love.
I
You are
see.
sweating.
Give it up one more time for David Coleman. All right, cool. These purposeful programs are going to be incredible. Tomorrow, Del Suggs is going to be hosting, so make sure you're in there for purposeful programming. We're going to be wrapping off something before you leave, so make sure you stick around. I'm rattling off a Chromecast. Everyone say, ooh. Ooh. Yes, and it is for free. My favorite 4-letter F word, okay? It is for free, so make sure that happens. We're all good.
Wait a minute, Stan.
Y'all ready?
Yeah?
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Y'all ready? Come on. This next, it's time for the women to shine, I feel like. Guys, gonna happen. And as I say that, I also, yesterday was International Women's Day. Am I right or am I right? Is that what I'm talking to? Get some more love for women? That's all the love we give for women? Are you kidding me? much better. And I'd be remiss if I did not say that when God
I go to
did
work.
it, he was showing off. Bringing up right now, Dr. Jody Meredith is a premier Black History and Women's History Month speaker who is highly sought after for her candid and energetic unpacking of diversity and difference. She has a doctorate in African American Studies and for 20 years has traveled to colleges across the nation presenting talks and facilitation, bridging the gaps in dialogue. Please welcome right now, like you mean it, Dr. Jody Meredith.
And acknowledging African American and Women's History Month is the work that I do. Number one, the Huffington Post reported that although diversity on college campuses has increased, minorities and women still face prejudice and discrimination. Now let's define these words. Prejudice. We're mammals. Zebras go with zebras, elephants go with elephants, bears go with bears. Humans, as mammals, have a tendency to click up and associate with people that look like, talk like, or people who have similar backgrounds to their own reality. It just makes sense, we're mammals. That's prejudice. A preconceived opinion that's not based on reason or an actual experience. Well, it makes sense, we're human. I'm gonna give everybody a pass on prejudices because that is qualitatively normative. However, discrimination is what is not normative. That's when you carry out actions on the basis of a prejudice that denies another individual an opportunity. Now, that's not fair. The Civil Rights Acts of 1866 and 1964 legislated that discrimination was illegal. However, you can't legislate mammals. How much sense does that make? You can't immediately begin to organize people and tell them what to do. So prejudice and discrimination continue. The isms have continued and they're real. Racism, classism, sexism, homophobia, ableism. Now I'm really gonna need you all to participate with me. I want to take you through an exercise where you put a fist in the air and we're gonna do a countdown. Can I get your fist in the air? And for each thing that I ask, if it's related to you, I need you to put one finger up for the fist in the air. Do you come from a working or middle class family? One finger up. Are you a person of color? Are you a woman? Do you belong to the LGBT community? Do you have any challenges with ability? So if you note, I'm standing on the stage and I'm looking out into the audience, and almost without exception, there's not a single person who doesn't have a finger in the air, fist down. Here's my point. I've got 5 fingers on the fist that I had to put in the air because I know that the ism that impacts you, even if it's different than the ism that impacts me, puts us in the same boat together. The fight against any ism is the fight against all the isms, thus the civil rights movement. But let me ask you some guiding questions. Can words with negative historical references, class, race, gender, sexual orientation, become positive when they're used inside of the group, number one? Number two, does owning words make it less hurtful when the same word is used by someone outside of the group? Let me give you a word, nigger. It's a negative ethnic slur that was used historically against Black people as a racist insult. However, today, it's commonly used in popular culture by multiple people. Let's come to NWA, where we have an early hip-hop reference that was adversarial to the police, but nonetheless self-identified the word N-I-G-G with an A-H at the end for Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, Arabian Prince, Ice Cube, and DJ Yella. Fast forward. B's husband, as I call him. Now, for my generation, it was Jay-Z was the guy, but for me, I'm like, yeah, that's Beyonce's husband. Well, what does he say to you? He says, who am I rolling with? The N-word with a what? A, Popular Cultural Association by an African American. Future brings God into it and says, God is blessing all the trap N-word with an A. I know you all know these guys. Migos, 2017, Bad and Bougie. Great song, right? You know, young, rich, N-word with the A's. ain't never really had no new money, but we got old money. And before they conclude, they remind you. And my bitch is bad and bougie. Pause. Bitch literally means a female dog. Someone who's perceived as unreasonable, malicious, aggressive, or sexually assertive. Today, it is not uncommon to hear that word used by men, by women with each other, by men to refer to other men. It is actually one of the most commonly used curse words in the entire English language. But Missy Misdemeanor Elliott in 1999 self-proclaims she's a bitch to identify her lyricism, her financial culpability and success as an MC. She says she's a bitch. See, I got more cheese. So back on up while I roll up my sleeves. Self-identifying. Nicki Minaj, your generation's girl, right? 2008 says she's the baddest what? Exactly. Well, yeah. And we could say it's kind of not true also because in her self-identity, she only defines herself physically when she does her Black Barbies too. So I always appreciate the kind of back and forth, but she self-identifies herself as a B word. Dreezy, an artist that was introduced by the rapper Gucci, says we wanna ride. Yeah, we're gonna ride till the wheels fall off. That's my best friend, that's my day one, that's my B word. And Young M.A., who self-identifies as a lesbian in a very popular song, ooh, says, I need a rich, not a cheap. So as I'm going through these words that are popularly tossed around on college campuses, in classrooms throughout the world, I'm saying to myself, unpacking and asking these guiding questions is an essential part of what should define your collegiate experience. Well, reflective thoughts. Can using words that empower better support social justice and equality? Can language that focuses on inclusion and positivity create more understanding? The struggle continues for all, and what do I say about that? Why do I feel that way? Let me come back. The struggle does continue. There are African Americans that are putting forward to you that they want your solidarity in the struggle, saying Black Lives Matters. There are women in Washington, D.C. today, right now, requiring and requesting that you respect their rights. The LGBT community is asking you to ensure that hate crimes